Hello everyone, welcome to Carrie's Crochet and Craft. This is my weekly update for the Scorched Earth Challenge 21 that Dana from Dana's Wonderlust Crochet has put out there for people to join in. Last week I missed making a video because I was very busy. I have a lot of stuff happening on the farm right now and just trying to get seeds in the ground and all that kind of stuff. Plus, I'd really only gotten a few rows done on one of the projects that I'm working on. I didn't even work on my other project at all until just recently. So, finally got back to things towards the end of this week, and I feel like now I can actually make an update since I actually accomplished something. One thing I do want to address right up front is that when I created this channel, I wanted it to be like personal, you know, Carrie's Crochet and Craft, and just have my name in there. But I have had a, I call it a stitchery business because I crochet, I sew, and I like to cross stitch too, but I've never really done that with my business. But I have made things to sell for quite a few years, and I actually had a name for that, Sweet Onion Stitchery. So I'm probably going to be changing my channel name for that, just because it kind of ties in with my history with crochet and stuff and making other things. So I think one reason I chose the Carrie's Crochet and Craft is because I wanted to do other crafts as well, which I probably still will do. I own a Cricut machine and I want to be making more stuff with that. And I like to do some other random crafts here and there as well. So naming it Sweet Onion Stitchery didn't completely make sense since I wanted to do other things as well. But since I have that history of doing the Sweet Onion Stitchery, that's my Etsy shop name. I even used to have a Facebook group or page with that, but I think I deleted it a long time ago. Maybe I'll have to, well, with my Facebook group, maybe I'll have to change that to Sweet Onion Stitchery as well. Anyway, so there will be a name change coming up here whenever I have the minutes to put towards the change. So I have 3 things, I think, to talk about this evening. Number one, maybe four things. Number one is the update for Scorched Earth Challenge. I have been working on the advent calendar. Don't have the picture out here. It's inside where I've been sitting and crocheting. I'm in my hobby room, which is a separate building than my home. But it's a Christmas tree that's appliqued onto a creamy white, or off-white is the color, an off-white background, and then it has pockets in it, 1 to 24 for the countdown to Christmas. And in each pocket is a little crocheted ornament to put on the Christmas tree. So it's gifts, a cup of hot chocolate, candy canes, I think, a reindeer, presents. So lots of different things to put in the pockets, and then in the countdown you take one out from the pocket, put it on the tree, and so on and so forth. So I've been working on the background now for several weeks, and I had ended up tearing some out because my my stitching got too tight and it was starting to go up like that, and had to tear some out. But I'm pleased to say that I am almost to 2 feet long now. It needs to be 37 inches long, and I'm at about 23. I have this much left of the second skein to do. So I made a lot of progress on this week, and some last week as well. I just didn't do the update last week. So that's what I've been doing for the Scorched Earth Challenge this last couple weeks. I will be so glad to have this background done. I just think it's so boring, just row after row after row of I'm a lot more I like to have things a lot more colorful, or at least I like chunky yarn to work with. Anyway, I know there's a purpose for having it this way. It's just tedious. That's the word. It's tedious. Okay, So that's the update for that. The next update is for my hashtag challenge that I've been putting on for the month of April, which is to buy 10 skeins of yarn at the Dollar Tree and make something with it, or several things with it, from the beginning of April to the end of April, or starting anytime within this month. And I was realizing last night, or yeah, yesterday, after working on this all week long, I was like looking at the calendar and I was realizing I have 1 week left on that challenge and I'm not done with my project yet. So I finally got to work on that, some yesterday and some today. So making progress on that as well. If you are taking part of my hashtag Dollar Tree 10 Yarn Challenge, I have the Facebook group, Carrie's Crochet and Craft. I'll include the link for that. And that's just a place where if you don't have a YouTube channel where you can show your projects, show your yarns that you're working with, then you can join my group and you can share pictures in there. We've had one person already share a picture of the colors of yarn that they chose, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she is doing. I think her name is Steph. I'm looking forward to seeing what she is making out of her yarn. I've had a couple other people say that they might join as well. So we'll see. We'll see what people come up with. So I am looking forward to having mine done because I think it's going to be kind of neat. So anyway, the next thing is I got some more yarn. Anyone ever feel like an addict when they say that? Anyway. So this is Yarnspirations Bernat Maker Home Decor in green pea color. If you've ever crocheted with this or knit with this, go ahead and comment below what you think of it. It's like almost a tube. Let's see if you can focus on that. I don't know. Anyway, it's more stringy than actual yarn. Let's see. I was gonna say the specs. It's a 5-weight, so bulky yarn. Use a 11mm hook and, 8mm. So a US L11 size hook for crocheting. Let's see, here we go, 8.8 ounces, about 317 yards. That's 250 grams or 290 meters. 72% cotton and 28% nylon, and I really like the feel of it. There was a sweater that I had seen that I wanted to make, and she made it using this yarn. And I thought, well, I'll just find some other yarn to make this sweater out of because I didn't want to have to buy more yarn. But I happened to be in Bi-Mart Friday. I was in Bi-Mart Friday, and if you don't know what Bi-Mart is, I know it's kind of a Northwest store, so some of you across the states might not know what it is. Bi-Mart is kind of like a small Fred Meyer's, which is, I can't think of what it's called in other parts of the states. I know it has another name across the states, but kind of like a small, I don't want to say Walmart because they don't have food. Well, they do have some food, but it's not like that. Maybe well, if you take the Walmart part without the food, make it a lot smaller, but put in a couple aisles of food. Anyway, it's a Northwest franchise, and it's a really neat store because the employees are actually part owners of the store. And I just saw a report that our Bi-Mart here in town is actually running in the black, so they're not in debt or anything like that. So I really appreciate a business that operates well. And so I was walking through there the other day and for other things, and I just happened to walk past the yarn aisle, but they had this right there on the end, and I'm like, oh, I could use that for that sweater. And it was on sale, so I don't know what a good price for this is, but they were on sale in the store for two for $7, so $3.50 each. And I thought, well, I think 4 skeins is what I need. So, you know, $14 for a sweater, that's not a bad price. And I really love this green color. So, it's really nice and soft. I like it. Now, the other thing, the final thing that I want to talk about is see if I can do this without crying. I had a friend die 2 summers ago from cancer. She had breast cancer and then beat it, and then it came back and metastasized, I think I said that right. And it spread throughout her body, and you know, she died. And her mother and I are fairly good friends. We actually go way back. I was in her son's class when we were 11 years old, and I've known them ever since. Gone to high school and college with them. And so her mother just the other day asked if I would like some of the yarn some of the yarn and projects that she had been working on or working with. And of course I said yes. I felt honored. So she brought these 2 containers, this basket, and then this bag here of yarn and projects that she had been working on. And so I feel honored to be able to use this yarn. I want to make something with it. I'm wanting to come up with something that maybe I can make and give to her 2 sons. So I'm just going through this, and I haven't really gone through it all and seen everything that she had. This was a project she was working on. I really don't know what it was. A scarf of some kind, maybe. It had some twisted chains here, so she made these long things and then twisted them together. I don't have the patterns for what she was working on. So what I'll probably do is just frog this and then make something out of it. It looks like it's a homespun yarn. So I have this purpley, and it looks like a greeny gray color. I don't know. It's really pretty. And then some more homespun in this blue color, which again, she had started a project on that. Some more homespun in this kind of beige and mauve. I'm not sure. It's really pretty though. And then purple was her favorite color. So it's got 2 purple colors, slightly different. This one's a little more darker than this one. This is a lot more bright purple. You can probably see the difference there. So, oh, and she had something started with that one. Oops, it's all tangled up. Let's see here. Well, I shall just, it's going through the holes in the basket. I'll have to untangle that later. Let's see, so that was it for the homespun style yarns. Then she had this white yarn that has a kind of sheen to it. And she had started a little something with it, but I don't know what. Then she has this beige yarn. Feels maybe like a wool. Oh, what's that type of wool? Lion brand type of wool. And then this green, which she had started a square on of some kind. Rectangle. Maybe a log cabin style. So that was in this basket here. And I'm just trying to think of some things that I could make. I don't think there's enough here for blankets for the boys. Maybe I could add some yarn to it and make blankets, a blanket for each of the boys. Or I could do hats or something. I wanted to use this yarn to make something for them. Then in this bag here, she had a project going with a very colorful yarn. Looks like she was using this yarn for some of it. And I'm not sure what she was making with this. but it looks like a bunch of little rectangles made from double crochet with a space between. So maybe a lightweight cotton blanket. This is using that white yarn that she had there, with the white sheen, or the sheen to it. But that's kind of pretty. I could finish that into something kind of neat. Table cover or a lap gown or something. Anyway, I just felt really honored to be able to have this yarn. So that I can make something with it, even though it might not have been what she was making. There's a book in here too. Maybe one of the things she was working on is in here. Of baby blankets. I'm not seeing anything that looks like what she was working on. Let's see, a couple hooks that were in there. So anyway, I added more yarn, some that I bought and some that was gifted to me. That's really special. So that is the update for this week. We'll see you next week. Bye.